Happy Monday. I hope y'all have had a good day. Um, I cannot believe it is December 13th. I can't believe it. Time's been flying. It's been blowing my mind. Um, but nonetheless, another Monday. I'm happy you guys are here. As usual, we're going to do lots of twists and folds. The usual sort of stuff tonight, but we're going to work a lot on our hips tonight, which I feel like we always do. We get into the lower body a lot with the detoxes just because it's a lot of folds. So naturally, you get a lot of the hamstrings. We're going to get those hips real nice tonight, which is just more of a reason afterwards. Just make sure y'all are drinking a lot of water, and then that will help you get a really great sleep tonight too. We release a lot through our hips, and most of the time they're really tight. So with all that being said, I think we're ready, you guys. I think we're ready. Go ahead and get your playlist all situated. I'm going to do the same. Make your way to a seated position if you're not. One of my all-time most favorite playlists. Yeah, make your way to that seated position, you guys. I'm going to start my timer. Press play. So starting tonight seated as per usual. It's a beautiful kind of ritual, if you will. A beautiful ritual of sitting, and of course in a comfortable position. It doesn't always need to look the same, but it should feel familiar and it should feel safe. And it should feel like a really great transition from whatever it was you were doing to now a new space. One of my most favorite things about this space is that it goes with you. It's a space that you carry with you. You can take it anywhere. You can take it on any trip, any vacation, any move. Shoot, you can take it with you when everything is crumbling around you. And you can have this space. It's a really beautiful thing. Begin to just breathe into your space a little bit. Begin to soften your body into this space a little bit. Trust that it is safe. And trust that, because if you want it to be safe, and that is your intention, then that is what will follow. Maybe it'll take time, but trust that it is safe. I want us to start taking some bigger breaths. So I know you guys have practiced a lot with me. And you probably have gotten into this really powerful routine of just coming into this space and lengthening through the spine. But as a reminder, let those shoulders drop. Keep drawing them away from the ears, maybe even pulling them back slightly, just as a way to open the chest more. I want to try something with y'all tonight. Eyes are still closed gently. I want you to take your right hand and place it on your belly. Your left hand can stay soft and gentle wherever it is. Big palm here on your belly. Now, with your breath and with your consciousness, begin to just breathe into your belly. And that sounds silly, but it feels amazing. And you can feel that breath. Pull your inhales low, deep from within inside you. And then exhale all of that out. Let it return back deep within inside you. Take 2 more just like that, friends. And you come into that last exhale, remove that right hand, place it back on your knee or inside your lap, wherever is comfortable. We're going to let the chin drop to our chest. Now here, all I'd like you to do is begin by just swaying gently side to side with the neck. So letting the neck come over towards the right, and then let it swing over to the left. So you very slowly begin to feel the base of your neck release just a little bit. Beautiful. Now, the next time that left ear comes over towards the left side, come up a little bit deeper into that. Take your right hand and we are going to extend that out to the side. Allow the lips to part. Inhale. And exhale that out. Chin comes back to chest. Your right hand comes back on top of the knee. And then we'll bring that right ear over to the other side. So right ear towards your right shoulder. Or you'll take that left hand and extend that out beside you. And again, let the lips part. Feel this just a little bit deeper. Good. Let's take a big inhale. Let it go. Chin comes back to chest. Go ahead and peel that left hand back on top of the knees. Let's take an inhale and just lift the head and the neck. Holding on to the knees, find an inhale to pull the chest through. Little seated cat and cow. Exhale, pull back on the knees, tuck the chin, curve the spine opposite direction. One more round, just like that. Inhale, pull the chest through. Good. Exhale. Let's draw some circles here with the upper body. So inhale, chest is going to come over towards the right knee and thigh. It's going to swoop very low over to the left and return it on back. Connect with your breath here. Don't be concerned with the speed or the pace. Let your breath determine that. That is one of the greatest connections we can make. The next time you find yourself pulling back on the knees, go ahead and come back to a neutral position and restart, moving down the opposite direction. So coming down over towards the left knee and thigh, sweeping the body low, and exhaling, pulling back on the knees. Find your pace. Good, you guys. The next time you come back, pulling gently on those knees, go ahead and take an inhale and just let the body, the upper body that is, come to a neutral position. Drop the shoulders down. Let's take an inhale and lift the arms up to the sky. Big inhale. Flip the palms, exhale. Press the hands away and bring them back down. 2 more just like that. Fingertips touch. Big inhale, lift them to the sky. Maybe they reconnect up at the top. Exhale, palms press away. Last time, you guys, make it big. Big inhale. To the top. To the top. Fingertips touch. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and gently rest the hands back on the knees. If you'd like, you may blink your eyes open or choose to maybe keep them closed. What we're going to do here is come into a wide stance here. So still seated, and feel free, you can kind of go diagonal. I'm actually going to come at an angle just so y'all can see me, but let's make it pretty wide, okay? But, and if you need to, move the tissue away from your sit bones a little bit. It sounds silly, but it's very helpful. It connects you a little bit more. And then what I'd like for you to do is just roll out your ankles a little bit. So point your toes, flex your feet. Get through some of those little pops. Let that feel really nice. And then we'll reconnect with the earth. So your feet here are going to flex. You're pressing those heels away, toes are lifting, and then find yourself sitting up nice and tall. Take a big inhale, arms are going to lift. Little bit of core engagement. And here, simply exhale and fold it forward. Try to maintain the length through your spine. Let the head and neck drop. Round through the upper back. Inhale, walk the fingertips back towards center and drop the shoulders. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. And just collapse and hang. Keep connecting the entire back of your legs to your mat, to the ground, wherever you are. And then inhale is going to carry those fingertips back up to center. Let the shoulders drop. This time, bring that right forearm to the inside of your right leg. Now, if you want it to just place on top, you can. I'm going to encourage the inside though, because this is going to kind of force this leverage point of opening up. If it connects to the ground, that's great too. Inhale, lift the left hand up to the sky. Take the gaze up to the left hand. Keep flexing those feet. Find one more inhale. Now exhale, just bring this left hand overhead. Gaze now, so keep the posture. Gaze now turns down towards the right leg. Find one more inhale. And then as you exhale, we go nose to toes and fold over the right leg. And again, allowing the head and the neck to fully release here. So we're not looking at the toes because this feels like a strain through my neck. We've dropped the head and the neck. Next inhale, let's just walk the fingertips up the leg and then reset so the shoulders drop. Let's bring left forearm this time to the inside. Feel that leverage point. It already kind of starts to twist and open things up. Right hand extends. Take one more inhale, just like that, you guys. Soften the face. Just exhale, release that right hand down towards the toes. But we stay open through the chest. So if that limits how far we go, if I start to reach over and I'm collapsing here through my chest, we want to come up a little bit more. Take now the gaze towards the left knee. Think nice long neck. Last inhale. Exhale, dive and fold. Reaching the hands towards that left foot now. Gentle pull. And a gentle pull, think just by bending the elbows. Bend the elbows to draw the chest closer. Good. Next inhale, let's walk the fingertips up the left leg, drop the shoulders. And let's take one last fold to the center. Inhale, lift the arms. Bring yourself up really, really, really tall. Exhale, fold into that center space. Reach a little bit lower. Now drop the hands, and I'm actually going to encourage you, bring them to the feet or the ankles, wherever you can hold on to. Drop again the head and the neck, and it's a gentle pull. Take one last inhale, feel the body expand. Exhale, go deeper. Gently release the feet or the ankles, whatever we had, and bring yourself up. Drop those shoulders. Beautiful. Now from here, we're going to transition. So go ahead, you can draw the legs back together, maybe even bend the knees. Let's come on to our hands and knees just for a quick moment. Really another transition point. So hands and knees. Draw right now your belly button up towards your spine. All 10 fingers are spread. Take a big inhale. Exhale that out. Tuck your toes. We're coming right up into our downward facing dog. So lifting the knees, maybe taking it slow this first time. Dropping the head and neck in between the arms. Lifting those hips nice and high. So thinking about here, you guys, having a broad, really, really broad upper back. So think right at the backs of your shoulders. There's a ton of surface area right here. We want to broaden that space. Keep pedaling out the heels. So we're warming up the backs of the legs. Take an inhale through the nose. I want you guys to be loud on this exhale. Open the mouth. Good. Next inhale. So let's start to walk the feet towards the hands. Find the top of your mat. Inhale to half lift. So again, we're not letting that weight just rest in the heels. Press the toes into your mat. Take another breath. Exhale, let that go. Drop the head and the neck. Slight bend through the knees. Find a little buoyancy. Sweep the hands back behind you and then lift them to the sky with an inhale. Then exhale, hands are going to rest at heart center and then let them fall. Now this time, inhale, sweep the hands up to the sky, but clasp them up at the top. So pointer finger and thumb come together. Squeeze the biceps by the ears. Take another inhale and lift the crown of the head. Think pulling and zipping everything up. Inner thighs squeeze together. One more. This time, exhale, dip down over to the right. Keep the hips in line. So we're only moving through the spine, not here. The hips stay in. Last inhale. Hang on to it. Go deeper. Inhale, use the core to lift yourself up. At the tippy top, drop the head back. Gaze up to the sky. Good. And inhale brings the head and neck back. And then an exhale dips you over to the other side. Keep squeezing the biceps. Unclench the jaw. Find that edge and take a breath into it. Go deeper. Inhale, squeeze and lift. Keep squeezing the arms. Dip the head back one final time. Inhale, lift the head and neck. And exhale, find your fold. Beautiful. All right, friends. Fingertips plant down to the mat. Take an inhale, find some space, half lift. Exhale and fold. Now this time, just the left fingertips come down in front of the left foot. Find a bigger bend through that left knee. Right hand sneaks up to the sky. Feel free, find a little bit more space if you need to, coming high on those fingertips. Gazes up towards the hand. Last inhale. Exhale, release that right hand. It comes down just in front of the right foot. And again, deeper bend through the right knee. Find your twist through your core. Lift the left hand. So not only an incredible twist for the spine and through the core, but an awesome hamstring stretch. Last breath. Good. Exhale, let that left hand go. And let's just hold in our fold. Grab hold of your elbows. Shake out the head, yes and no. And find a very gentle sway. Very gentle sway. Beautiful. When you're ready, release the elbows, fingertips come down to the mat. This time, we'll bend the knees, step one foot back, followed by the next, and find your plank pose. Now, from your plank, begin to shift your weight over into the left hand. Right hand flies, side plank. We're not here long, but focus on lifting this right hip a little bit higher. Big inhale. Exhale, right hand floats down. Shift right into it. Keep the hips high. Left hand lifts to the sky. Your left hip follows, so lifting that higher. Big breath. Beautiful. Exhale, let that left hand come down. Drop to the knees. Roll the elbows in, chaturanga. Inhale to your upward facing dog or your cobra. Let that feel so nice. Big inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Beautiful. This time, you guys, inhale and lift the right leg. Find some length. Now stay with me, okay? We are going to bend the knee as it comes underneath us and over towards the left elbow. Inhale, lift that right back up. Use your breath. Exhale, come to center. Draw on that knee. Tuck the chin, lift the spine. Let it hover. Inhale, lift it right back up. One last time. Exhale, draw that right knee towards the outside of your right elbow. Inhale, lift the right leg. And drop that to the mat. Shake out the hips. Good. Warming up the core and that leg. Nice job, you guys. Let's do that other side. When you're ready, inhale, lift the left leg to the sky. Remember, you have 3 and only 3. When you're ready, bend that knee, draw it to the right elbow. Inhale. Exhale to center. Lift the knee, hover it, tuck the chin. Big inhale. And last one, exhale to the left elbow. Inhale to lift. Exhale, drop the left leg. Find the down dog just for a moment. And then drop to the knees, untuck the toes, and find child's pose. Elbows rest. Just for a moment, a little bit of rest before we revisit. We're going to get a little deeper into the hips. Before we get there, go ahead and let the knees come to the outside edge of your mat. So we take wide kneed child's pose. Keep drawing the hips down. Let the arms rest. Beautiful. Now from here, next inhale, start to shift the weight back up into the hands. You can draw those knees together if it's helpful. Tuck the toes. Inhale, lift the hips. Okay, so we meet back in downward facing dog. Next inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. Find a deep bend through the right knee and open your hips. So this right knee draws back. You can really feel that open through the right side. Re-square the hips and lengthen the leg. So back to your 3-legged dog. Big step in between the hands. Drop the back left knee, untuck, and sweep the hands high. Good. Good, good. So press those hips forward. Keep that right foot planted. Let's lose the arms. Bring them down the sides. Maybe those palms face out nice and big. Beautiful. Now from here, inhale, sweep the hands right back up, nice and high. And then exhale, we're going to fold over here. Heel toe, so bring both hands to the inside. Heel toe this right foot out. Now I'm going to encourage you guys tonight, okay? I'm going to encourage you, because we can do this. Pick up your back left knee. So tuck the toes and lift that back left leg. We don't have to go any further. Just by lifting, we're intensifying the stretch. Now, what I am going to ask you to do is take your right foot and turn that open. So I think we might have done this last week where we imagine a clock, and we're going to about 1 or 2 o'clock on that. So open that up. Good. Focus here. Big inhale. Exhale, sink those hips a little bit lower. Press that left heel away. So think nice, long, straight back left leg. Beautiful. Now from here, friends, take an inhale, press into your mat. You're stepping your right foot all the way back behind you. So when you're ready, step that back, find your downward facing dog, and shake out those hips. Next, inhale, lift the left leg this time. So nice and high up to the sky. Find a deep bend through the left knee and open your hips. Flex that left foot. Feel this open up through the front of your left leg. Go ahead and re-square the hips, lengthen the leg, three-legged dog. Big step in between the hands. Drop the back right knee, untuck, and sweep those hands high. Let's lose the hands. Open the chest, palms face out. Ground those hips. You're feeling this on both legs. Think opening up this right side and think getting into that opposite side on the press. Good. Next, inhale, hand sweep up nice and high. Exhale and fold. Both hands come to the inside. Heel toe that foot out, nice and wide. Then we'll tuck our back right toes, lift the right knee. So ground the hips, meaning we could be way up here, or sink the hips, find a deeper bend. Turn that left foot, open up that knee just slightly, and then press that right heel away. Breathe into it. Find that place, you guys, and try to maintain the stillness. We always get to a place where we're uncomfortable and we want to start fidgeting, right? We're like, oh, where can I move my foot? Oh, I need to like touch something on my head. Oh, like I need to just look around. Find the stillness. Last inhale. Exhale that out. So using, a lot of core strength here. Press into the mat with your hands. Big step back with the left foot. Find your plank. And then downward facing dog. Hips lift up really, really high here. Now, this time, guys, from your downward facing dog, take a big inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. Bend the knee and open up that hip. Flex that foot. So if you look underneath your left armpit, you should be able to see your right toes. Good. Re-square the hips. Lengthen the right leg and step that through. This time, come up strong, high lunge. We're going to take our twist here. So find a big inhale. As you exhale, turn and open to the right side. Right hand comes back behind you. So that left hand comes to the outside of your right knee. And I want you guys to think here, if you guys need a deeper bend here through the left knee, you can do that. And if you'd like it a little bit straighter, you can do that too. Last inhale. Go deeper on this twist. Inhale, sweep those hands high. And exhale, open up warrior two. So we're pivoting on that back left foot. Make sure this right knee always wants to start just collapsing in. Draw that out. Good, take one more inhale. Exhale, drop the back left hand, reach the right. Now from here, stay where you are in peaceful warrior. Extend this right knee straight. Yes. Good. Bend the right knee, come back to your warrior two, and windmill those hands to come down so that right forearm meets the right thigh. Left hand comes high. Right hand maybe sneaks down a little bit lower. And I'm just giving you guys options here to grow, right? So as long as we maintain the space through our chest, we have the potential to grow. So if you want, take this left hand back behind you. Right hand sneaks through to find it and find your bind. And I'm going to ask from your bind, just turn and look at your right foot. Muscles in the face soften. Last inhale. Beautiful. Exhale, very gently release whatever it is that you're holding on to. Let's come back to our side angle, right forearm resting. From here, shift back up, find warrior two. Beautiful. Now we'll windmill the hands all the way down. Frame your right foot. Step back to your plank. Option to chaturanga if you'd like, and vinyasa through, or just meeting back in our downward facing dog. So shake out the head, yes. Shake it, no. Press into your mat. So the hands are really active, and I talk about them a lot in my classes, but those hands are active. You're pressing into them. Let's get into this other side, friends. So when you're ready, inhale, lift this time the left leg to the sky. Ground through that right heel. Deep bend through the left knee. Open up that hip. Reach, reach, reach. Check behind maybe your right armpit, and you can see your left toes. Re-square your hips, lengthen the leg, and step that through. Come up strong. High lunge. So your feet here are grounded. Your back right toes grounded. Take another inhale. Let's twist, turn, and let that left hand come back. Two different choices I told you all last time. You can keep this pretty strong bend or straighten, press that heel away as you twist. Here's our big breath, you guys. Pull it in. Go deeper. Good. Inhale, sweep those hands back high. High lunge. And open up. Warrior two. Making sure that knee's not collapsing. Gently guide that out. Drop the shoulders. A big inhale. Reverse your warrior. So right hand drop. Left hand lifts. So I want you to think expansion, growing. When you're ready, start to straighten the left leg. Keep the reach. Next inhale, shift back to warrior two. And exhale into your side angle. Right hand is lifted. So a lot of these binds, or when we start to kind of come into the bird of paradise, where we grow from this pose, is really going to start with the hips. And I know that sounds so crazy, but it's a deeper bend through that left knee. That's how we get from here to way down here. It's lowering the hips. So choose where you'd like to go. If you are coming towards that bind, drop the right hand, reach the left through. Now, whatever variation you're in, turn the gaze and look towards the left foot. Think long neck. Last inhale. Let it go. Make your way back to our side angle, resting the left forearm. Good. Then from here, we'll inhale. Shift your way back to warrior two. Drop the shoulders. And then we will windmill the hands all the way down. Frame your left foot, step it back. You have an option here if you would like to vinyasa through. Find a chaturanga. Inhale to your cobra or upward facing dog. Big exhale. Beautiful. Back with that right leg, and you guys are doing incredible. I told you, we're really getting into those hips tonight. I promise lying in Shavasana will feel unbelievable tonight. Next, inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. Bend the knee, open up the hips. Do you see the pattern? Open it up, open it up. Re-square the hips, lengthen the right leg, and step that through. Come all the way up to your warrior two. So pivoting on that back left foot, sinking right into it. Good. Now from here, straighten your right leg. Reach the right hand like you're trying to grab something. And then tilt back down. Take your gaze now and turn it towards your right hand. Let that feel nice through the neck. Very gently, okay, you can bring this left hand to the low back. Heel toe your left foot up. Take your time with it. It's going to heel toe up again about half the distance. And now your left hand is going to come down to where your right hand is and replace it. Right hand sneaks high, revolved. Triangle. Ooh, that's a good one. Breathe into it, you guys. Create more space if you need it. Full inhale. Good. Exhale, bring this right hand down. Frame your right foot. Readjust this back left foot. So we're coming into pyramid. Step it up a little bit more. It's at a 45-degree angle. And fold. Shake out the head and neck. Let your cervical spine just sing. It should feel so good. You have one last little push here, okay, with this right leg. I'd like for you to start to bring your fingertips out as far as they can reach. Shift your weight into that right foot and into your hands. Okay, we're going to actually lift the back left leg. More of the weight comes just into the right hand as that comes out a little bit further. We come into bouncing half moon. So the left arm lifts. You're actually turning the hips. So your left foot, you guys, should kind of be turned to the side like it's pressing away, like you were roundhouse kicking something. And then eventually, just so you guys know the growth of this pose, eventually this right hand could actually be floating. And here's our bouncing half moon. Take one more inhale. Good. Exhale. Just drop that left foot and come into a fold, just a regular forward fold. It might feel a little funky as we haven't fully evened things out yet. Beautiful. So at the top of your mat, you guys, inhale to half lift. Good. Exhale, give that up. Find your fold. Little bend here through the knees. Let's inhale, sweep the hands up nice and high, all the way to the sky. So we rise. Exhale, hands come to heart center. And then the rest. Just a little reset. Now this time, inhale, sweep the hands high and drop the hips. Find your chair. Now I see this every time with the chair. Tuck the pelvis here. So turn those hips. We always want to kind of push the glutes back, but instead of back, press them down, tuck the pelvis. Keep the hands lifted if you can, soften the face. Lift your right heel up off the mat. Good, let's drop that right heel. Inhale, lift. Left heel comes up nice and high. Exhale, let that down. Sink a little bit lower for 3, 2, and 1. Just fold. Straighten the legs. Find your fold. Shake out the head, yes and no. Hands are going to plant down to the mat. Step one foot back, followed by the next into your plank. Core stays strong. Find an inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's even that out, you guys. Next inhale, lift the left leg to the sky. Find your deep bend through the left knee. Let's open that hip up. Flex the foot. Open, open, open. Keep grounding through the right heel. Good. Square the hips, lengthen the leg, and step that through. Come up strong to your warrior two. So nice, strong bend here. Sinking low. Big inhale. Good. Exhale that out. We will straighten this left knee. Okay, think right hip is starting to press back. Reach this left hand. Keep going. You're going to start feeling that left inner thigh engage. And then tilt that down. Right hand comes high. As always with triangle, I've said it before, it's a great cue. You have something coming at you from the front and something coming from the back, and it's pressing you into center. That's the alignment we want to be in here. Turn your gaze down now towards your left hand. And again, let that feel really nice through the back of your neck. Right hand is going to come down to the lower back. Heel toe your right foot up, about half the distance. Okay, and that back right foot is going to turn slightly. We don't ever really touch on this, okay? But it turns slightly. It's not completely parallel with the back of your mat, but it's not 45 degrees. Okay, it's just turned slightly for protection of our knee. And then we're going to twist here. Right hand comes down, revolve triangle. Left hand lifts. Think long spine. Long spine. We are almost there, you guys. Full inhale. Beautiful. Exhale that out. Left hand comes down. Frame the left foot. Set that right foot up just a little bit more. And we come into our full pyramid. Head and the neck. Soften. This should feel so nice. So many folds. Beautiful. So let's go for that last push, you guys. From right here, extend the fingertips as far as you can. Now start to shift the weight into the left foot a little bit more and walk that left hand out now a tiny bit more. Begin to lift the right leg as you turn and open the hips. So do we see this rotation? Instead of just coming straight up, where we come to in standing splits or into our warrior three, we're turning open the hips. Right hand begins to fly. Make sure you're turning that back right foot. So again, now that right foot is turned a little bit to the side and it's pressing, or as I like to say, drop kicking the heck out of something. I was going to say some ish. I won't say that though. Good. See if you can start to float that left hand. It's actually, I think, a little bit easier other than the balancing part, but you have a little bit more space to work with. Let's take one last inhale. Good. Exhale, bring that right foot down. Bring those hands down and take it for a fold. Take it for a fold. Okay, friends, inhale to half lift. Expand. Let those hands come up the shins or maybe fingertips stay on the mat. Exhale all the way down. Now from here, step one foot back, followed by the next. Find your plank. And then find downward facing dog. I promise we are almost there. Last time you're going to do these leg lifts, I promise you though. Okay. Inhale here, lift the right leg to the sky just to find length. And we're coming into pigeon pose. So bend that knee, draw the knee towards the right wrist, dropping the shin down. Lengthen your back left leg. Make yourself comfortable here. I'm having a hard time making myself comfortable. My hips are so unbelievably tight today. And then friends, from here, start to lower yourself down. Really be mindful though, okay, wherever you are right now, concentrate for me. your left hip. Okay, it's the hip of the leg that is extended long. Ground that towards the mat just a little bit. So it's super slight. If you're in a place where you can see me on the screen really quickly, this is me leaning over towards this right side a little bit more. When we ground through that left hip, my alignment comes back to center. You guys can kind of see that. I'm slouching, and then that left hip grounds. This is when I wish I had my hands to physically place on your hips just to kind of show you what that feels like. Let the head and the neck drop, you guys. Maybe if your hands are clasped, let the head fall onto those hands. Mm. Mm. Guys, let's take just one more breath, not as a way to rush you, just to intentionalize your breathing. If you're down on your forearms, just very gently begin to make your way to your hands. We're going to just tuck the back left toes, lift the back left knee, step that foot back, and then find downward facing dog. Other side to do, and then we get to rest. Sink those heels towards the mat, you guys. Inhale, lift now the left leg to the sky, find some length. And then you start to draw the left knee in towards the left elbow, pigeon on the other side. Lengthen that back right leg. And never a bad idea to even gaze back behind you and just double check that that leg is coming straight back behind you. Maybe just as slow and intentional as the other side, you guys. All of that awareness now draw it to this right hip and gently guide that down towards the mat. I mean, what would a class where I say the hips are going to be the hips are going to be our focus? What would the class be if I didn't do pigeon? I mean, it's crucial. It's vital. It's one of the best poses there is. How good does it feel to breathe, even when the breathing is difficult, even when the breathing feels heavy? Let's take one more, you guys. Make it a good one. Release it out. Begin to just make your way to your hands. And then we're going to come into our most final downward facing dog. Lift the back right knee, step that left foot back and find your last downward dog. Hips lift really high. Come up high onto the toes and then sink the heels towards your mat for 3, for 2, and 1. Drop the knees, untuck the toes, find your child's pose just for a moment. Beautiful. You guys, your next inhale, shift the weight up into the hands. Back your knees up a tiny bit, and then let the hands follow. So you just kind of back up on your mat. And then start to just lower yourself, your chest and your belly down to the mat. Drop your left ear and left cheeky towards the mat. Your hands are going to come down by your side. Let the shoulders melt over. Now from here, let your knees bend and your feet come up nice and high. And then windshield wiper the feet. You can make some room with your hands if they're a little close. Letting the legs just rock side to side. Find some stillness. Knees stay bent. Your hands start to come up underneath the shoulders. And keep the elbows drawn in, so not out. Now from here, press and just feel that press first into your mat with the right hand. You begin to open up. Okay, and I'm sorry, we can go ahead and drop the back left leg, but keep pressing with that right hand until this right hip lifts. So we're lifting, we're lifting, we're lifting. Keep opening. And you can let that right foot maybe plant behind you. Should feel a nice release through the back. Very slowly begin to roll yourself back over. And we'll switch the legs here. So extend the right leg, bend the left knee, and then turn your cheeky. So you should now be on your right cheek. From here, start to feel that press again, okay? So start to press into the mat, that left hand. Your left shoulder peels up, okay? And then lift. It takes a little bit of energy. Lift that left leg and find a nice twist. Now, if you feel, and it's a good pop, it's not a bad pop, doing this, and you will begin to crave it. But you have got to be intentional about it. Very slowly begin to roll back over. Go ahead and extend the legs straight. Keep that right cheeky on the mat, but drop the hands and let the shoulders melt again. If you guys ever have questions about that pose, because it is one that's a little bit trickier to explain. When you feel it, you do feel it, but sometimes it can be kind of hard to navigate. If y'all ever have questions about it, just ask me, please. I would love to help y'all. Beautiful. And then finally, you guys go ahead and turn so that your chin is resting on your mat. Draw the hands back up underneath the shoulders. And then begin to press just enough so you can actually bring your forearms down. Create the number 11. If you're ever unsure about how wide you should make this, hold on to the elbows and then extend from there. So it's usually a little bit wider than you'd think. Okay, and this is called Sphinx pose, okay? So just inhale, your legs stay on the mat. The tops of your feet are on the ground. Take an inhale, just kind of lift the chest a little bit more. Take one more big breath, you guys. Beautiful. Exhale, lower down. Let that chin just tap. Hands are going to come back underneath the shoulders. You're just going to press yourself up. Take your time. And then swing those legs out in front of you. Feet are going to plant. And we are going to make our way very gently onto our backs. Hug the knees up to your chest. Gentle rock side to side. Press your sacrum. Press that low back, even if that means you're just hardly holding on to the knees. Press that into the mat. Good. Keep holding on to the knees. Hug them in close. And then, friends, to conclude, take a big inhale, lift the chest, draw the forehead to meet at the knees, and hug around the knees. Curling yourself up in a really tight ball. For 3, point the toes. For 2, squeeze your face. Go tighter, and then let it go. Find your Shavasana. Maybe if you want to try something a little bit different tonight with your Shavasana, we spend a lot of time opening up the hips. If you would like to, and you maybe have more open hips because you do want to be able to stay in this pose without moving, just draw the feet together. The knees rest out to the sides. Very vulnerable pose. Can be a wonderful kind of enhancement for Shavasana, but definitely one that you should only do if you know that your hips can hang for the full duration. If you'd ever like to give that a go, I do encourage you, and you're not sure if your knees or your hips can hang, grab some pillows and tuck them underneath and let the knees rest on them. Let's quiet the mind. Allow your thoughts and your emotions to be fluid like. They float and they drift. They enter and they leave. We can still experience things fully while still practicing non-attachment, while still recognizing that this will pass. This is not here to stay, good or bad. It is temporary, and it is ever moving and ever changing. without moving to anything else. Bring your right hand back to your belly. Make those breaths a little bit deeper to that belly. So breathing into your intuition, breathing into that energy space that is one of our guiding forces. Taking a moment to honor that. Friends, if you'd like to stay a moment longer, just as you are in this pose, you may. If you would like to transition onto one of your favorite sides, pressing your head on the lowered arm, you may. Just slowly invite some movements, and you can squeeze your toes, wiggle your fingers. And then let's begin to gently, and with the eyes still closed, press ourselves up to our seated position. The palms face up. We're going to conclude class with one this evening. Feel free to join. Feel free to enjoy the frequency. Regardless, let's take a big breath. Inhale. No. Our hands meet at heart center. They lift our forehead to honor our thoughts, to honor our mind. They come to our lips as a way to honor the words that we speak. May we continue to heal and not hurt. And finally, they rest at heart center for these things to flow through good intention. For this practice to not just end here, to carry this everywhere you go. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.